ground as Deputy President David Mabuza, in his capacity as the Presidential Task Team Chairperson on military veterans, has promised the veterans that their benefits and their concerns are not falling on deaf ears. Mabuza says the act aimed at addressing the issue is being amended to ensure that they are well taken care of. Mabuza is engaging with the veterans in Mangaung in the Free State, where you'll find our reporter Mbali Thethani, who's covering the engagements for us and joins us live. Mbali, very good afternoon to you. David Mabuza out making even more promises to military veterans. What did he say?
Certainly right, Mpho. Of course, we saw the Deputy President David Mabuza touching down here in Bloemfontein this morning at the Blitsspruit Air Force Base. And of course, you would know that this is the 4th province that he is indeed visiting, in his capacity as the chairperson for the Presidential Task Team for Military Veterans. Of course, just trying to iron out the concerns that the military veterans have also tabled for a number of years, and saying that it will not be dealt in silos. And of course, much is being done, especially in the highest office in the country. It is indeed a task team that was set up by President Cyril Ramaphosa to try and deal with the problems facing the military veterans. So far, he has taken this trip to the likes of Gauteng, Limpopo, as well as the Eastern Cape. And of course, he now finds himself in the Free State, saying that it is imperative for the military veterans to be dealt with through various municipalities, and of course as well as the province, which is now on board. So they're saying that their issues will be tackled with the help of municipalities as well as the Free State province. But also, let's take a listen to what he had to say a bit earlier on in Mpho, when he was addressing the number of military veterans who have descended here.
The stories that we hear about your suffering, this cannot be allowed to persist. This cannot be allowed to continue. There are benefits that have been outlined in the Act that are due to you. But this Act, we thought it must be amended so that it includes everything. Now, you must find time and contribute to those amendments and say how this Act should look like, because it is your Act. So these issues, these benefits that are outlined in the Act, we must try very hard to ensure that we deliver these benefits. And even beyond the amendment of the Act, we must try very hard. And I can assure you that we will succeed.
Of course, Mpho, the Deputy President says that progress has been made when it comes to trying to address the issues of military veterans. And you just remember, just last year in October, we saw that incident taking place at St. George's Hotel, where they did hold some of the ministers hostage when they were trying to iron out these issues. But of course, these are some of the questions that we'll try and pose to the Deputy President, because, I mean, this is his first time tackling issues around the military veterans, especially pertaining to what we saw last year. But at the same time, Paul, let's take a listen to what he had to say when he said that it's quite important to honor military veterans in this country, because they played an important role, especially during the struggle against apartheid.
We're making progress. Of course, I'm not happy about the pace that we are taking, the speed at which we are moving. And I'm sure as we go, we're going to pick up the pace. We're going to move a bit faster. And we'll therefore call upon military veterans of all associations to work together with us. And I can assure you there is a clear determination from our side to deal with your issues. We respect you. We honor you. As a country, we cannot afford to forget the history where we come from. We cannot afford to forget the role that you have played in the liberation of this country.
Well, Mpho, we also understand now that the Deputy President is in a closed session with some of these military veterans, and of course he will be also taking questions from the floor just to also ascertain in terms of whether indeed it is these problems that they are trying to iron out when it comes to the military veterans, and indeed that they will be ironed out, and of course the benefits that they speak of, they will finally be able to come to fruition.
Very well, Mbali Thethani, let's leave it there for now.